I think the challenge was not just holding a second edition of the Aswan Forum, but to hold a second edition that would match, in terms of the level of interest and engagement, the first edition. Taking into account that we are holding the second edition in a virtual format, given the circumstances imposed by the pandemic. And I think we are in a good position to achieve this, as we have seen strong engagement and interest reflected in a number of messages from African heads of states, including a message from His Excellency Abdel-Fattah el-Sisi, as well as 18 messages from other African heads of states. And we have also received a message from the Secretary General of the United Nations and the Chairperson of the African Union Commission. We saw new partners joining the forum, and the latest being the World Trade Organization, who just announced yesterday that it would be a knowledge partner to the Aswan Forum to work together to advance the peace, security, and trade agenda. So I think all this is very positive and very encouraging going forward. Well, naturally, the message received from the head of states were very important in framing our deliberations and providing guidance to them. And we saw mitigating the health effects of the pandemic and the issue of equitable access to vaccine come on top of the concerns and the priorities that were mentioned. We also had, for the first time, youth dialogue held in partnership with Twitter that brought forward African youth voices to advance the sustainable peace and development agenda. And we also had, for the first time, a strategic dialogue which brought eminent personalities in the field of international affairs to reflect on the challenges and opportunities facing Africa in a changing global landscape. We also had, for the first time, dedicated discussions on issues such as trade, climate change, infrastructure, and culture, heritage, and arts, which is the African Union theme for 2021. And all of them are important pillars of post-COVID recovery. We have also achieved the objective of amplifying African voices around these issues. But we also did that in relation to the topics that were also already present in the first edition, such as terrorism, conflict prevention, post-conflict reconstruction and development, and women, peace and security, for instance. We have found that over these deliberations, they have reinforced the message already of the first Aswan Forum, which is that we need in Africa to further accelerate the paradigm shift from crisis management to long-term sustainable peace and development with resilience and prevention at its core. And I think the pandemic actually and the response to it further highlight the importance of strengthening the capacities of African countries to manage these types of risks and unforeseen crises, whether they're of environmental nature such as climate change or of health nature such as this pandemic.